So you don't really know what I'm doing, like with the first line. I mean, I make one line. You have no idea what I'm doing, right? But I don't know what size box to use. Should I use this size box? Because if I did make a line, I'd be going here. And then I can go inside my box and complete it that way. Do you think I'm going to start and do this? And then my box would have to finish over here. So it's either this or this. Are we talking about where, what if I want to make a this? Is there a letter like this? What does the Q look like? What is the, this is the Q. So if I was to make a Q, I would have to have my back here in a single zone. And then I would have to keep the single zone, go into my second zone, and come back and bring my tail this way. Instead of where the G comes in, it's the same thing. You start here, right? I come down one scale and I bring my G this way. So what is happening? Can I intertwine? Let's say I use something this size, right? That's an error. That should be this one line. Let's say how would the G go? Would it be like that? And then like that? Because, I mean, should I have gone down 3? I only went down 2. So I don't have a computer here to do it for me. So I go down 2, I go over 2, and then I run it back this way. And then I can run the same thing, running this as Q, okay, going over 2, and then running it this way. And just by running it backwards, I automatically create the Q letter. So by taking the larger Q letter, right, and bringing it back, it goes right through itself, and that becomes the capital Q, right? Isn't that the way the capital Q looks? And we don't see the angle. I like to call them the delta angle, and the reason for that is the Greek language, right? I mean, there's the angle, this one side, right? Here we have 2 sides coming together. Right here we have, look, this is 1 and this is 2. You can't do this without making 2. And this is where the, if you notch it up and you take a look, it's like a little mini pyramid, right? And with the pyramid, sometimes what I like to do, what can I do this? Yes, I can do this to the pyramid. To have both sides meet, I have to create this size. And if you look at it, it's actually a roadway. So now we can take this and try to see how we can turn that pyramid into some kind of face, just the front of something else, or just a piece of a tall, go all the way down to the bottom of the building, right? And it's leaning over. Oh my God, why is it leaning over? Maybe that's the way I made the design. The end of the line. Where do you hear these words, the end of the line? I don't know. You hear them in a metro? I don't know where you hear them. And if you don't know what I'm doing with all of these dots, well, I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. I mean, what if the CSST comes and checks? You know, we don't want anybody to hurt themselves. So I got to put a dot where all the edges are. You know what I'm saying? There's edges everywhere. We don't want the children to hurt themselves, right? So we're going to put all these dots. Now, our question also comes to be, what if we created the letter more of a suitable size that we can, like we've got the gist of the letter, making it this small, but we need more area space in order to create more of an understanding of what it could be when it's this shape. I mean, you can just do that if you want. I like to do that a lot. And my question is, what do I do over here? Should I do that and then that, right? Do I have a, should I have done it that way? I'm just trying to think. Just cross it over this way, and then all along the building. It must be a cover, and then this is a roof. Which way we would make the hard lines of a roof over here, and then put on some shingles on top of that roof. And in reality, if you take a look at it, it becomes a Hebrew letter. And I'm not sure if I should come all the way down with this. right? And I would do this up here, and then I would, what size is this? This is 2, and that would go to here, and then this one is here, and that would go to here, and this one would come here, and that would go to here. You jingle all these down just like we did there, and then we cross these over. So we do this up this way and this way, and up this way and this way. And what do we do here? It looks like a long roadway. You see the way, I mean, if my camera was that way, it'd be like, we got to keep in between. And now this would be the river, right? So can we make the river this way? And now we have the dock side and the opposite side, right? We have these two sides. I don't know why one is, did I end this too straight? Where did I go? Why didn't I go a little bit further? Maybe I could have went a little bit further. Maybe the sides aren't high enough. Maybe the sides aren't high enough. And do we need a flag? Do we need a flag? Flag on each side? And then on the other side, we're going to have a flag, and it's going to be I'm going to keep those two flags, and we're going to have this, I don't know, are we going to have a boat that's going to come in here, or a ship or something? I don't know. I don't know if a big vessel can come in here. We're going to call this vessel, what are we going to call this vessel? We don't want to use the regular 13. We want to use something better. And we don't want to say 777. We want to find something that'll create that number a little bit different. Or how about taking this and just making the big distance. Just going to keep the ship like that. Just keep going, ship. And if you take a look where the ship is, you'll be seeing it in the letter K right over here. Now we've just designed something a little bit different. Like if I went straight here now, right, straight, I think it'd be creating the rest of the road and tunnel. You know, the improvision, I'm trying to see if we're gonna, which way we're gonna get this going. Is this a building? Oh, it's starting to look, oh, I can see it now. Take a look at your cards. The Jack and the King both have this over here. And actually, this takes part in your 6 and 9. Okay, this takes part in your 6 and 9. Okay, there creates a diamond one way and an X the other way. And that's when 55 comes together, because the V, although it's the 22nd letter, right? 2 times 2, 2 plus 2, it creates the day and the night divided. And it's so simple as the 22nd letter. Okay, V. The reverse is the 5. And we use V5 in Roman numerals, RN. Look at that. It must be magic time. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. You come here to make me forget. You come here to make me forget. I love you so much. I love you so much. But let me finish, please. Let me finish what I began. Okay? Let me finish what I must be hurting you a whole lot, eh? Am I hurting you a whole lot? Oh, my God. I'm stopping you from running away. I'm stopping you from running away. I must be hurting you. Oh, no. How you doing, kitty cat? How you doing? Want to come get me? I'm being attacked? Oh, come get me. Come get me. Hi. Oh, I must be hurting you, eh? I must be hurting you. Oh, I must be hurting you. Okay, my turn. Let me continue. So the thing about MK is where I'm from, Montreal. I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but it means M is 1,000 in Roman numerals. Okay, and K, okay, is you can use it as kilometers, kilometers. This also is electricity, some sort of electricity in the word kilo. I just can't remember where it is. There's the other thing that K, if I say 10K, Okay, you're going to say thousand. K means to the thousands, thousands. Okay, TH, sand. Okay, TH, OU, and I like to say the OU is 1020, although it's the 15th and the 21st letter, which is counting 1 through 5 and counting 1 through 6. I'm just going to do it that way. Each one creates something different. Okay, now I'm not sure what to do. There's a whole lot of discussion that has to go on with this of why something does one thing. I can tell you 3 times 5 and 7 and 3 times 7. And this comes into the moon. This brings the student together, these two numbers over here, and it becomes 22. 6 and 5, 11. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is 2. This is your sort of 10, 11. How do we create 20? How do we create 10? Is it D, D, D that creates it? And the reason why I say DDD is when you add A plus B plus C plus D, it equals to a total of 10, 24, which is the same as 6 times 4. 6 plus 4 equals to 24 and 10. This is your DC, the beginning of DC. Everything is going to tell you. What does 55 tell you? 55 is another 10. Okay, 10 and 25 is 55. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5. This is created by 76 and 16. I do not know at the moment any other ways to create 55 besides 11 times 5 equals 55, and that is the key. Why? It's the key to Earth's heart. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 times 5, 10. 2 plus 5, 7 equals 17Q. So now we're into Earth's heart, Earth's Q, Earth's gateway, because that's what that Q is. It's a gateway. It's showing you, don't you see the angle of it? It's showing you a passage. Don't forget, arts and entertainment, what shapes can do, what shapes tell you. This is just a game. Okay, this is just a game. So all our letters do other things. They also build things. So K equals 1,000 and Roman numerals M is 1,000. 1666. There was another thing about this, is this gets a reduction of 9. This gets a reduction of 18. So one is talking birth, one is talking about the Venus angels, the 17 angels. 17 and 17, and 9 plus 8, created from 1881. Venus connected heavens to the resident angel, and 17 coming in as 25. Okay, 2 times 5. This is 1 times 8, 1 plus 8. How do we create this? I don't know yet, other than what I did over here. This is also 5 and 11 is 16, so that becomes 755. The word key is the 11th letter. The E is the 5th letter. Since 11 is 1 and 1 is 2, and 5, the 25th letter is Y, and it creates the key, which is Earth's heart. We had something that was divided before I was talking about. That was the V, on how it's divided and why it's day and night. Why it's the difference from day and night. See that logo? The V equals to the 22nd letter. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 08, the 24-hour day. 8 and 7 to 44. This will create 56. 7 times 8. 7 plus 8. All I have to do is this, okay, and this. And this one is multiplication, and this one is addition. Okay, so if you see a kite, it's addition. If you see square kite, it's maybe both. Anyways, 7 times 8 is 56, and 15 equals to Mars and the quarter student, or the quarter student of Mars. Oh, sorry, it's M and M, really. M and M. the Mars Mercury student. This is created by 23. It's also created by 32. It's also created by 15 or 51. Trying to figure out. I'm not going to talk about this. This becomes 62, or the God, the Queen, the dog, the card. I think game 18 and 8. The heavens of the angel. Game. Ga me. Mega. Card. Arc. Car. Rack. Rack. When I say rack, sorry, I missed it out. When I say rack, these can be many things, right? Because you walk in the forest with foot racks in the snow, and this can be rack as communication. Okay, this is your Ra in creation of Ra. The car, because it is the element inside of you, or the ether that takes you places, or the ether is your passage, okay, of the element coming through the ether into you, and nothing on this planet is anything at all other than a connection. 3, 6, 9. It's only a connection to get to you. What else am I going to say over here? The card, the rack, the art, the mega, card. Anyways, you can also say the decar. What about the decarb? Because these two create that over here. By the way, if you do want to create that, don't forget this is, area center of 4 areas, so I can do that on this sizing. I can also, if I want, put out 2 this way and 2 that way. So I didn't go 2 this way. I went from the center. From the center I went 2, 2. From the center I went 1, 2. From the center I went 1, 2. From the center I went 1, 2, 1, 2. So I can either go 1, 2 and 1, 2, and then if I want from the center, okay, I can go 1, 2, and that shows me the short arm on my E. Here's my 1, here's my 2, here's my 1, here's my 2, here's my 1, here's my 2. Now, if I want, I can probably do this, okay? Now, my next question, what would be my next move? 1, 1, 2. Here I only did 1. Here I did 2. So this whole design will come up. I don't know what it's supposed to be yet. You can also put one on the flip side if you want. And eventually, once you're on the flip side, you're also going to do them upside down, on neck close to each other. You can put them kissing each other, or you can put an area space. You got to create tons and tons of designs, and for each design, it tells its own story. Now, this is where your day and night comes in. This numeric 7 and 8 is created by number 17, okay, which is Q, and that's your gateway passage. What happens is here's a door. Okay, and hold on a second. Just trying to see. Okay, here's a door, and here's a door. So, see this? So you go in through this door, number 7. Now you're in this area right here. Okay, when you open this door, you're in gate number 7. But if you take a look at the image, it's an 8. You went through 2 doors from door number 7. Going into door number 7, the corridor is the 8th position of both sides of above and below. Another thing I want to say is the octagon is a stop. And I want to ask you one thing. 10, 15, 20 years ago, in the streets, When they wanted you to stop and there was somebody directing traffic, what would they do? They put up the hand. So the octagon of 8 has a value of 5 when a human being puts up one hand to stop the traffic. 8 and 5, put that together and ponder about the silver matrix. Ponder about the blue, ponder about the energy. 8 and 5, 13, creating the spirit. 5 times 8, 5 plus 8 equals 13 and 40, equals 53. Minus it equals 27. We're now going to win a big red sun. The W is the 23rd letter made up of 2 times 7 and 2 plus 7 equaling to W, to where the second letter equals to a B, the 7th letter equals to a G, 2 and 7 equals to 9, the 9 equals to the letter I. So now you have big, you have the 14th letter, the letter N equals to the 14th letter. Now you have win big. 27 is the word red. Red 27. Win big red. Now, why do I say win big red sun? I do not know. Because sun is number 54. So I need to figure out how we, unless you get two sides of the sun. So a one side face is 27. And then again, if you do want to talk about 54 as 2 times 27, right? Do you think this is the same? Almost the same. Almost. 2 plus 2, 4. And I didn't take it from TV, but I will give this knowledge to this reality from just one second. Let me take a look. What's it called? Abbott and Costello counting. Here, right over here. 7 times 13 equals 28. You owe me 13 weeks. Anyways, let's not do that because they're gonna just flag my video. Okay, so let's continue on to this. So 2 times 7, 14. So we have 414. So have you ever seen 414? It's an exchange. You have 1, you have 2, you have 4. Here's your first 4. Your second 4 are over here. They're more rectangular. And your last one, the 1, is over here. And this is the 9 card. There's only 3 cards in the deck that never show up. We will not count the 10 right now. Okay? The 9, the 8, starting with 4 and 4. Right? Isn't that the 8? Wrong. The 8 in the deck of cards, okay, is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 here and 1 there. The 7 card does not show you where you're going, and boom, because it's 2 7 cards that come together to create the 8. 5 and 3. 3 upside down. These are the reverse of each other. These are on their own in the center, but in the same family. These can connect down here because they're flip-sided, right? If you're connecting something, you're going to connect the flip side. Do you follow what I'm saying? Connecting the flip side. You don't want to, I mean, if 2 things are pointing down, you can't put the pole in the same, you see what I'm saying? In order for me to put this on top of this, it's got to fit. Okay, in order for me to put 1 bar to connect something, both ends have to look alike. They can't be opposite. So in the deck of cards, see these here, right? This is a continuation in there. Here is where you complete it between this one and this one. Here's what your completion is. And I'm not sure this is coming or going, so we're not going to put it in there. Hey, look, the 55th card. Telling you about the rules. This is the B game. We also have the 808 game, and it... Okay, just got to put that away for a second. Hold on a second. I just want to take a little drink. Okay. Where's my pen? So this is the 8 card. That's the 9 card. The other card that we have is a cat, and that's the ace card. That's right, number 24. The numeric value for number, not 24, but the numeric value of cat is 24. And they are the 9 lives. Apparently, that's what we talk about. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but each side of the cube is the 9 lives, and I'm having trouble concentrating with you there, dear. Can I rub all your hair off? You think I'm hurting her? Am I hurting you? Hey, stop pressing my computer. The computer. Okay, it's ours. You don't have to convince me. It's our computer. Woo! Look at there. Can't find where the ambulance is, eh? It's out for you. You seem to be flipping over on yourself. Okay, that's it. Everybody's got their own cat. They know the cat tricks. Can you move it, please, just a little bit? Just move it just a little bit. Go. 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 Come on. Go. 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 Do you get the idea? I can't even think anymore. I don't even know what I was doing. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you, whoop, little drunk there, eh? Little drunk there. Okay, let's get back to this candy. Okay, so the other one was the 2 card. And you already know that we're going to have to do this, right? I'm just going to take out the cards for those who have never showed up and seen the cards. And does it seem like I'm all over the place? Whoop. I'm not all over the place. There's a lot of places to be at the same time when you do this stuff. Here is the 8 card. Okay, I'm just going to get the cards out. Maybe I'll point this down a little bit. See the way it's got to be the opposite upside down, the way these two come together. And this is also creating HIDC. Hi, Dick. Hi, Dick. Dick and Jane. Here is the 8 card from another perspective. Looks like I got 3 8s. I got an ace, that's the center. I can put these two together and it'll show full face value. Here they are together. Here they are full value. How many dots can we put on a card? We have to look at all the cards and figure that out. See, I figured it out. The only 3, okay, are the 2, the 8, and the 9, and I will show you. Here is the 6 and the 8. The only difference are these two. So this one is counted for. The 3 card is accounted for in the 2 card and the ace. I don't need the 3 card. The 4 card is inside the 5 card. I don't need the 4 card. The 3 card, as we spoke about, the 3 card, the 8 card, the ace card, the 4 card, the 5 card we already spoke about, the 10 card, and the 2 card, the 9 card, and the 10 card. There's just a slight bit difference inside the 9 card, but relatively completely the same between the 9 and the 10. I like to call this the spirit, 19, the spirit coming together. And look, this is another way of writing 1. You see the way that's 0? The O is over here. See the way the O is? But if you really look, it's like one pill. It's like a corridor. I have to take a design and create that design. Try and understand what it's telling me, right? Everything is telling you. There's stories all over the place. The ball on top is a little bit smaller. Is there a reason for that, right? The place we live needs to be just a little bit bigger to hold the body, right? We only need to get the passage in and out. Is it easier to get in or out? Okay, so we got the 4, we got the 5, we got the ace, we've got the king, we've got the queen, we've got another 2-eyed queen, we have the 7. The 7 is inside the 8. So we don't need the 7. We're not talking, oh, we did the 9 already. We have the 2 already. Look at that. What happened to you? Looks like a big tree. Don't chop down that tree. Okay, we did the 6, the 7, the 8. We did the 3. We did the 10. We did that, right? That's for that's where our 5 card came out right there. So we don't need that anymore. Just got to figure out where that goes. The 6, the 8, the 5, the ace. Did I not do any cards? I did them all because I went through it. Look, magic, no more cards. Okay, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're left with the 8. We're left with the 9. I don't need the 10 because it's a replica basically of the 2. It's a higher 2. This 10 is already replicated inside the 9 as well. It's not the same as the 8. You see how much higher these are than these? Each one is higher, lower, lowest. Higher, lower, lowest. This is 2, 1, 8. Okay. 2 and 1 is recreated inside the 3. The 3 comes together, okay, as the cube over here, as the 3 over here, incognito, I'd like to say. But the 3 is your 2 and your ace. And the ace is definitely in the 5, but we can see that the 2 is not. And by putting these 2 together, okay, this is not a 7, but it is a 7. It's just telling you a different story. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3, and 2, 5. Can we do the same thing with any other? 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 4 and 5, 9. And then I take this funny little cube over here, and I say 5. Okay. 5, and the opposite is 2. And then 4. We got the 4. And the opposite is 3. So now we got 9 is the opposite of 5. And 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. We just got the opposite of the creation of 2 and 1. 2 and 1 this way. And we can also use 2 and 1 the ace, but I'm just trying to say that 2 times 1, 2 plus 1. And this one is the complete opposite according to the cube. 3 and 6, for example, is the reverse. Whoop. Is the reverse of 1 and 5. Whoop. Got that wrong, right? Said something that wasn't. 14 reverse 36. 23 or 2 and 3, right? 2 and 3 reverse. 2 and 3 reverse. 5 and 4. 5 and 4. And this is 9. And this is 5. And this is 5. And this is 9. Are you capable of seeing? And if you notice, 77, 77, 68, the house planet, okay? 41. Birth in the sun. This will, what I'm doing is 3 and 4, 7, 6 and 1, 7. Now what we're going to do is 3 and 1, 4, 6 and 4, 1. So this becomes 4 and 1 when you're counting. God, I got to mark everything down. I can never remember. 6 plus 4 is 10. 3 plus 1 is 4. And now if you want to look at the 4 and the 10, what happens? It's 4 and 1. That's your DNA creating 5 and 4 in the sun. This will recreate 5 and 4. Not only that, but if I take 4 and 6 and just flip it to the reverse side, it's 3 and 1, 4. So we got 10 on one side, 4 on the other side. We just intertwined our numbers. I'm not sure if you can see. If you can see well, let me see. Let me show you. You see the 3 and 6. Let's do this again if you'd like. If you're still here, you're still here. Here's the 3 and 6. This, by the way, is going to create 99 Jupiter. 18th letter and 9th letter. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, no matter how you look at it. The truth is the truth. These are all the truth. I didn't make up any of these words. I didn't make the cards. I didn't create the computer. I didn't make the keyboard. I didn't call NFL football or CFL football or any football. I didn't even call it a football, a basketball, NHL, hockey, a hockey puck, a net. I didn't create the games, and I was here after everybody else that was born before me. So whatever I do is I'm doing what everybody else has already created. I'm just putting it into actual terms through cards, through the dice, through colors, through games. And all because of the quadrille paper. And remember, a spider, usually they like to say a spider is 8, the octagon. But the hand of 5 fingers is a stop. We're not going to go into the red and white right now. 27 red, 65 white. 92 is the birth. Or 38, the church gold. The church gold. 8 and 3, 11, 9 and 2, 11. 9, 11. Neo Anderson, right? Neo Anderson. So then we get over here, we get 8. And then over here, we get 6. And this is the planet house. And now the funny thing about 8 and 6, what's uncanny about 8 and 6 is that when you got 6 and 2 over here, 8, right? Hold on a second. Let's maybe move over here. When you got 6 and 2 equaling to 8, right? Which is your God, your queen, your card, your game. You got the reverse of 5 and 1, 6. And so you have now Mars, reverse, queen, God, game, and a few others. Not categorizing. So that's what you have here. Now, when you crisscross them, I'm not going to do 5 and 2, 7, 6 and 1, 7, because they're all 7s. They will all be 7s. I'm doing the opposite. I have 11 and I have 3. In this scenario, it brings on my birth. Again, I'd like to say, I always want to say the red sun. And whatever the red sun, you could be talking about the power part, or you could be talking about the positive. You could be talking about 14 and 9 equals 23, and that would be the BC sun. Beta creation. Secondary sun. When I say secondary sun, it's because it's not the primary. So this over here is red, and the reason I say it's red because when you play pool, okay, these balls are red. And what is about this, okay, is this will create this number. Not only will it create this number, but this is also number 2. It becomes 2 and 3. And this is B and C, beta creation sun. That's what I want to use. It doesn't have to be sun. It could just be number 23. So how do you make number 23? All the ways to 23 and what 23 can say. So where else in the dice? Yes, we did 6 and 2. So we have to create, oh my God, there's a 5. I see on the other side. And there's another 8. So we have 5 and 3, 8. That's electric company. We connect that to the moon. This, okay, is created and recreated. This part is only this. Okay, this part is this. Why would you say that? Well, in order to create this one, I need, first let's start with 11. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2. 2 times 1 equals to 2. You see the multiplication? Okay, in the multiplication, I need this singular box over here because I need to create the corners, okay? And then 1 plus 2 equals to 3. So the plus, I need to connect only the corners. So the points are over here. There are no center points for a plus in this. So I use this, okay? I use this for the multiplication to create this number and the addition. And then to finalize it all, I only use this one. 3 plus, the 3 part is the plus. So I'm only using this for the 3 part. Now for the 5 part, I'm using this one because I have to do this one and this one together, and I cannot do this one, okay, in this box. I cannot use this box. I have to use this box because I need them to come together. And if I did it with this box, I'd have to put it in this corner. And here would be my multiplication, and here would be my division. And we would have 1x taken up and 3 empty. It would be 3 and 1. You see the way the heart is now here because this is blocked off, this part. So now we've created the heart. It's one of my questions. Or should I just say it needs to be this side for the greatest reason that this is the only way to connect the corners, and this is the only way to create the inside, creating the 8 star that will create the plus and the multiplication to create the number 5 electric company. So now that we talked about where it came from, we turn to the flip side, and it's 2 plus 4 equals to 6. 3 plus 5 equals to 8. So that's the planet house. Number 8 and number 6 are the planet house. And the last one, of course, is 44, and that is the creation of day and night and rotation. And the reason for that, okay, is let me figure this out. Hold on a second. Let me see what number. Oh, yes, because it was 4 and 4. So 4 and 4. 4 times 4 equals 16 equals 08, and that is the 24-hour day. To create this 1 and 6, this is where the spirit of 76 comes in. This is where the spirit comes in. This is where the church comes in. This is where Freedom 55 comes in, and this is where the connection of birth will come in. When the equation is finished, it will create these 2 numbers, where this one will also create that number. This one, okay, will recreate the electric company equaling to 35. So there's a whole switch going on between these numbers, okay? The 61 is what the church is. The 91 is the spirit, or 19 is created through 13. And then eventually it goes DC, okay, into A and I, from DC into A and I. And this is 3 worlds all in its own. It's telling you about it. Why? Because M is Roman numeral 1000, and we need to put the comma here. So it's telling you right away you're into the next section. Commas, which look like little number 9s, are telling you it's in a new section. Everywhere you look, it's only 3s, 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 3s. To make the rectangle, it's 6, 6, 6. And to make the 2 rectangles connecting the center like this, I would make the third one connecting the center like this. It's always 3, 3, 3, and always 1 between 2. You use it, you don't use it, you skip it. I don't know how to explain it better than that. And over here, all zeros will be 1, 6, 6, 6. And this is your 18. This is your resident angel. This is your Venus. This is your creates your 17 gateway. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 is 8, and 9 equals to 17. 8 times 9 equals 72. These numbers, okay, come together as 53. Another way to say 53. 7 and 7, 14. 1 and 2, 3. That's 53. So this 17 also comes together, and this is your resident angel. This is what I believe we are, that we were put together. Forget what the math is to get to that. Besides the birth, 2 times 9, and creation, 3 times 6. So let's get back to where we were at 44. Okay, the reverse of 44 is, lo and behold, magic on the dice. It's 33 mass. Hold on, cat wants to come. Oh no, cat wants to. Oh no, cat's behind me. She was scratching the wall. So what happens here is you end up with, where's the numbers here? You end up with 3 times 3 equals to 9, and 3 plus 3 equals to 6. That equals to 15 and 54. And this is going to become 5 and 5, 10, 1 and 4, 10, which is 3 times 40. No, that's not it. Where's my calculator? Wow, I don't have my calculator, eh? Oh, here it is. 43 by 47 equals 2021. No, that's not the one. 33 times 47. Yes, 33 times 47 equals 1551. And this, 5 and 5 is 10, becomes 1. 33 by 47, 5 becomes 1. Since this is a 10 and all zeros equal 6, this becomes 171. And this is your Q freedom into the passage because of the equation that is going to happen with this. I don't know the complete equation. I take the base equation, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. And this is your 1771. You will note that 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is back to 5 again. Let's not go down that road. So this is where your 6 and 9 comes in. Now, where your 6 and 9 comes in, okay, we did all these dice. You see what creates everything. You see the other 10, 55. The other 10, there's only 2 10s on here, and that's 6 and 4. Did we do that 6 and 4 yet? 6 and 4 is 1 and 3. That's where you become a man. So if 6 and 4 is 1 and 3, what does your freedom give you? What does your freedom give you? 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals 10, equals 24, equals minus 10 plus 24 equals to 14, equals to 34. This is your DC. 7 times 7 times 7 equals to 343. Plus 21 is 364, and now you have your magic 13 cycles to the 28 days, 13 times the 28-day cycle of the moon. This is your crossover point, because when you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus, 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 stop on 621 and then add 7. God rested on the 7th day. We'll add it separately. Okay, this will eventually, when multiplied and added, create our entrance through the moon. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 equals to 5. Why I say this passage over here, because it's 7, 6, 7, and this is your gematria. And what happens in gematria, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goes like this, basically, right? And this is what the Mayan use. So I like to link the Mayan a little bit to the gematria because of the way the design goes. Cameron, you still here? You asking what's going on? I can explain to you what's going on. If you ask the question, I will answer. Here, the reverse of this is 13, and also 63 and 41. The reverse, 63 and 41, 7 and 7, 41 and 63. We're matching 7s over here. Okay, the reverse of 6 and 4 is 1 and 3. And that is when you become a man at 13. And when you become a woman, it's 12. The multiplication and addition of this and of this all these are just telling stories that go even deeper. Okay, let's say down the rabbit hole, just telling more and more of the truth of the actuality of what they do and where did our dice come from and how do we have the odds and why does it do that? Well, it's telling you the story. I'm just opening up the can. So then we did this, we did this. The other one is 55. We can also go seven, let's say 7 times 10 equals to 70, 87. It also tells me about a gateway. I never did this. I don't want to. And it gives me 87, but let's look at something else. Okay, although it gives me also 76. What happens, where did I get 87? Well, 17 plus 7 times this is 70. Now look, see this one over here, 1 and 0? 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 plus 1 equals 8. So I get the same result. This one is going to turn into 7 times 7 because it's a 10. Anytime there's a 10, add a 6. I'm not sure if you just should count it for 0, as like in Baccarat, or count it for 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Right now I'm working 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Yeah, that's basically it for these cubes. So the reverse, okay, so here, okay, we get 1. 5 and 5 creates 10. 5 and 2 creates 7. So we get the same exact answer. We're getting the same. Hold on a second. Why did I do 5 times 5? This is not right. 5 times 2. Wait a second. This whole equation is wrong. Wait, stop before you go any further. I am so mixed up. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 5 times 2 equals 10. Equals 7. 7 times 10 equals to 70. Okay. So this one equals to 10. And this one equals to 4. So that becomes 4 and 1. And we had one before in the last page. And here, this became 4 and 1. The 3 and 6, okay, is the reverse of 4 and 1. So 3 and 1 was 4, and 6 and 4 was 10, is 4 and 1. I'm just trying to figure out how they all tied together. Then what happened is we wanted to do the other 9, and the other 9 was here. You see, we were working on 9s. And the thing about 9 is it's love, okay, because the numbers are 3, 6, 4, 5. That's love. It's actually 12 and 15 and 22 and 5, 27, 37, 42, 52, 50. Love equals 54, the sun. 5, 27, 12 and 15, 27, 27. It's perfect. 27 and 27, 54. Win a big red love sun. And who has the big red love sun on their flag? All decorated in white. White sheep. White sheets, white sheep. So I'm getting a little lost over here because sometimes I do pieces and I didn't finish with a piece that nobody would notice. And I seem to have lost it. I didn't finish with the 369. I didn't finish with the, I'm just trying to figure out where it is here. Just give me a second looking at this page. I didn't do the 369. It's when I moved the page. You knew the day and the night, right? When we came to 4 and 4 is day and night. And at the same time, the 33 is the gold and it is the mass, like in the Christmas. Christmas comes together as 77, which is 5, and 33, which is 6, and that is us. That is the orphan children described to you in the game of craps and repeated in numbers, okay? Repeated in numbers in the 77 times 75 in the game of roulette, that when you look up orphelins in roulette and you count the sections and numbers, it'll say 5775, which is 555 cinco dinero. A whole lot of numeric combinations that come together and speak. Although I would love to learn Mr. Messer's way because I just like all those numbers. Okay, but for me, it's there's too much. I would be working forever.
going that route. And that's more when you bring the stitching together. The other thing was when we did do 33 times 47 equaling 1551, that is also 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 4 is 11. It's Jesus of time times the mass equaling to 66, the roadway through Mars, Venus, Mars, okay? The second and the fourth planet, and I'm sure it's run through their moons. Has anybody heard of aliens before? The aliens are here. I was watching a movie where they brought people under the ground as children, and they made families over years since the 1910s, when they started digging the tunnels, or before that, or whatever it was in the movie, I don't remember. And they were digging, and they made the tunnels, and then they were making families down there, and nobody down there ever came to land. And they knew nothing. And they grew up with everything was genetically modified. Even the rebirths and the births continuously genetically modified until they don't even look human anymore, but they look alien. But anyways, anybody that comes over the border is an illegal alien. So to understand the word alien or alienated, to understand what the word or letters for ET, which actually says Earth 6, which is not bringing in the spirit. You need Earth 7 to bring in the spirit. What two numbers should go together to bring in the Earth spirit? I don't know. Would you say 12 and 13? Don't count the first 6, because according to understanding is that before we sell any prints, we need an original copy. So we're just going to sell the prints. Oh, yes, here it is. I remember what it was now.
The 3 cards, the 9, the 8, and the 2, is we have 72 times 2, 720 minutes times 2 equals to 1,440 minutes in a day. 7 times 2 times 8 is 16 times 9 equals to 54 the sun and 90 the birth, 144, 1,440 minutes in the day. The other part of the 369 is, I'm not really sure which way you want to attack this. First of all, it says Lucky New and Lucky New Fox and Sun Angel Red. Basically of that. When you multiply it, you get 18, okay? And then you get 3 times 6 is 18 times 9 equals to 90 and 72. 9 times 6 equals 54 times 3 equals 172. Is that possible? Nah, something's wrong. 9 times 6 is 54. 54 times 3. 3 by 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is, okay, that's right, 162. 162, okay, or 216 is the birth. It is the cube, it is the clock, it is the half-life, it is the church. 90 again is the same thing. This 90. This is 150, extension of Mars and 12. That's what this is. And now we're going to have to think about, this is 6 and 3 coming together. This is 9 and 9 coming together. This is 9 and 9 coming together, but we're not going to count that 0 right here because I separated them. Or should I count it and count them both as 168 hours in the week? If I add up this 0 over here, it becomes 168 plus 6 equals 162 plus 6, and that will equal to 168 hours in a week. Yeah, I mishmash everything around. We get the sun, we get the red sun, we get the angel. Okay, so that's all the numbers. 9 times 6, 54. So if I backtrack 54, I get DNA. If I backtrack 27, I get win big. I'm just trying to look what else. If I have the 6 and I'm talking about the deck of cards, we have to flip over what went on in the deck of cards now. Why am I still keeping this? Why have I thrown out the 8 card? Because the 6 comes into the card inside the birth of creation. 2 parts and 3 parts. Number 23. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 to the power of 3 equals 8. 3 to the power of 2 equals 9. So they come together in this instance. How do we create 3? How do we create 6? How do we create 3? 1 plus 2, is that 3? How about 3 plus 9 equals 12, equals 3, equals 1 plus 2 equals 3. Is there any other way to create 3? Yeah. We're not going to use very many things except for this one. 2 times 1.5 equals 3. This is the only one I'll use. This is where Mars, Venus comes in. This is where our memory starts to come in, right through this part over here. Are there any other ways to create 3? I don't want to use 3 times 1. Can I use 0.25? So I'm going to get 12 times 0.25 equals to 3. So this would end up to be 3. This would end up to be 7. So we have to understand how did we create this and how will we create this. We're going to create that through this item over here. I'm going to create that through this item over here, MK. If I have 10K, I have this. If I have M in Roman numerals, I have this. Wait, no, sorry, did that wrong. Did that all wrong. I did that all wrong. I don't want to say it that way. If I have 1K, okay, I have this. This is a Roman number, the 13th. This is the 11th letter. I have 10 grand on me. You know, you don't say 10 G's. Sometimes you say 10K and 10G. So you're saying 7 and 11. Other times you say MK. I think it's Montreal kosher. Just different ways to get to this number. There's other ways to get to this number by going 9 minus 6, 8 minus 5, 7 minus 4, 6 minus 3, 5 minus 2, 4 minus 1. So each one of these equations will also tell me what happens between rotation in matrix of Jesus of time in creation. I like to use that in the birth of life in Earth's heart to the DNA and birth in the sun. Jesus, time on the cross. When you use the word on, okay, right away it becomes, just think of pi. Think of the moon, think of the place you are at and the moon. When you look at 85, it's silver matrix. It's also the octagon, and the hand says stop. The hand has taken control. Maybe it's the hand of the clock. I don't know. But this is the octagon. And when I put 5 fingers up, you stop. Right? So that's this piece of action. So how did I get, and what is 6? Well, like I said, we did this before. 6 is 1 plus 5, 2 plus 4, 3 plus 3. The reverse is 6 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 4 plus 4. And all this is 8. So we did the 6. Now, what are we going to do for 9? Well, in 9, we have 5 and 3. We have 6. We have 6 and 3. We have 5 and 4. We have 6 and 3. What else do we have? Well, we have 7 and 2. We have 8 and 1. But this is not on the cube. And don't forget, we have to have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 cubes. It depends how many B's and R's we have. Bears, right? Bear or bore, dots. Bore a hole. EA becomes the O letter. Why do I say bear? Because we have cubs. Look, we have a cub. So the cubs, I have to think of the three little bears and the beds. I want to know if the bed is soft enough. It's a hard bed. So anyways, we get that, get this out of the way. The reverse of all of these, okay, the reverse of this on the cube is 23. The reverse on the cube is 41. So the 55 is the reverse. The reverse is not on the cube on this. What do I do? I'm not really sure. But if I'm going all towards sevens, I'd go 9 and 5. And this one I'd go 8 and 6. Isn't that funny? Because it's true. How do you do it? I'll explain it. 9 and 7, 16. 1 and 6, 7. 5 and 2, 7. 8 and 8, 16. 1 and 6, 7. 6 and 1, 7. So this is how I get bringing 9 and 5 and 8 and 6 together. Did I bring 4 and 10 together? 4. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 reverses 6 and 4. And then 2 and 2. And the reverse is 5 and 5. And let me see what I did on the last one over here. Right. We were talking about all the ways to get to 4. Well, that's the only amount of ways we can get to 4, and that's the only amount of ways we can get to that, right? So we did all the numbers. Only when you come into number 9 can we do that. That's done with number, sorry, you see the 6 only goes here, but the 8, there's a continuation, 1 and 7, 2 and 6. No, we got the 2 and 6. The other one that was missing is the 1 and the 7. And to make that work properly, it'd be 9 and 6. So we're asking ourselves a question for the longest time. What does number 17 have to do with something? Well, 17, the gateway, is for your rotation. Do you follow, understand? 6 and 1, 7, 9 and 7. 6 and 1, 7, 9 and 7, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 1 and 6 is 7. This is 16. Now, if you entangle these numbers and do this, you have again number 41. 1 and 4 comes together. I don't remember where it is. There's so many equations that have come out here. So wow, we found out the 6 and 9, what it does. Well, look at that. Very, very interesting. So at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the 0 and the 00 on different sizes. Let me see if I think I got it ready in this book a little bit over an hour ago. Okay, so in this one, it's a single, we're going to keep it singular. So we did this yesterday, and here's your 6 and here's your 9 in a single 0. And I'm going to just go the one block, okay, create just one little block. And in the 9, I only want to create one block also. So I created one block over here. And now I have my 6 and 9 with 2 tails. It almost looks like there's a gap. And it can also be like a beak, like a duck beak, closing and opening. Maybe we should put antennas on each side. Maybe we can turn that to look like a crown, right? At the same time that the H and the I have come together. Now, can I have put the N by the continuation this way? I don't know. So what if I doubled this up? What if I doubled this up? So if I doubled this up, I'd put another one right over here. But instead of going over here and changing anything, you see that little diamond at the top? Instead of changing anything, we're going to do it over here. So I put down, but this time, no, I can do that, but I'm going to do it here. This time I'm going to take this and do it this way. Here's my 9, and then here's my 6. Here's my 9, here's my 6. Wait a second, let me see how it looks on camera. No, that doesn't look so good on camera. I think that looks good on camera. Here's my 6, and here's my 9. What did I do with this one over here? Yes, I did the same thing. I didn't do a straight 6. So I didn't want to go this far. Maybe I could have did that, and then that, and then that. Would that look better? Are you not seeing the 6, 6? Where's the... How come it looks backwards? There's the 6, and there's the 9. Looks like the R letter, right? Over there can look like the R. See the backwards R? What if I did the percentage sign the other way? And did that, and that, and then this. I did it backwards, the 6 and 9. And here we have the R letter. Anyways, let's keep that out. Here's my 6, and I'm going to run over and create that box. And here's my, whoop, I didn't want to do that one. And here's my 9. And, okay, I'm just going to do both of them just to get them out of the way. Okay, so here's my 6 and my 9. It's like two towers. Two towers, one tower leaning on another tower. I don't know. What does it look like? What happened? So there's my 6 and 9 and my percentage sign. That's what happens to them. Can we do anything a little bit different? What happens over here? What's happening over here? You see number 1 shows up over here and number 1 shows up. You have all seen number 1, right? What's the difference between 1 and 7? Well, they usually say 5 is the difference, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers between 1 and 7. If we add 2 to 6, it equals to 20. Plus 1 plus 7 equals to 8. And that is your 28Q cycle of the moon. 13 cycles, 12 and 1. Could be 11 and 2. Could be 10 and 3. What if it was 9 and 4? Or 8 and 5? Or 7 and 6? Cycles of the moon. This would say 2 and 2. This one would say 3 and 1. This one would say 1 and 3. This one would say 2 and 2. This one would say 1 and 3. This one would say 1 and 3. So there's 1, 2, 3. See, this one is 2 and 2. Every single one, see this one over here? It's 1 and 3. So every single one except for one combination, 2 and 2, is telling us about number 13, except for this one over here. What will the math do? The math will turn this one into 51 Mars. What will the math do? They will turn this one into 35 Electric Company creation. This one will create 36. 11 creation. This one is 73. This one will create the spirit of 76. 13 will equal to 4. This one will create DC. 10 and 3. And this is where Mercury comes in. It's not the first time I bumped into Mercury controlling everything. And never to forget to empower the Mercury. Anyways, what else can we do with this? Can we create buildings? Or let's make it down this way. It's like a slide. It's like a slide. And what about, okay, we got that one. Oh, and this one would have to go this way. And can I do that a little bit different? It looks like the beginning of one side of something. So if I go like that, okay, and then I bring the ribs down this way. What if I did that? What's happening now? I'm not looking at the screen. What's happening? So something different happening. Which one looks better? Should it be a slide on each side, or should it be two leaning tunnels on each other? I don't know. I like this one better. I like this one better. I would have did this. But don't forget the angles are like, which way should I be holding this. I'm just trying to see. Hold it. Hold on. I'm losing the paper myself. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Anyways, I think it's long enough. I know if I continue the design, we're going to get something else. There's other things we can do. I want to thank you very much, Namaste, for being here this evening, spending a little bit of time with me. I really appreciate it. If you need to send me an email, you want to talk to me, I'm going to put down in the description box my email address. You can send me anything you want. If I don't like what it is, I just won't open it. My comments, just to tell you that sometimes I don't get your comments for a year or two. That's what happens. They don't send me all my comments. My email is okay, or MrTACPANS@gmail. And peace and love to everybody. May the truth set your mind free, knowing it. Smile, and you don't need to have a party every time you. Well, that's weird.